Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Archangels and Ascended Masters, for the perfect grace, perfect clarity, and perfect peace that's here for each of us right now. If we could just immediately, either just with your hands, with your legs, just allow a sense of balance to happen in your body. Perhaps just either doing something with your hands or arms and your legs just to feel that balance being present right now, whatever that is for you, that creates that balance, and allowing a sense of alignment with heart and your head and your heart and all the chakras in your body. If we could just breathe into that. And thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Archangels and Ascended Masters, for the perfect alignment, perfect peace, perfect clarity, and perfect love that's here for each of us right now. If we could just take in a breath, and if we could just say out loud, I am aligned right now. I'm aligned with my highest possible good right now. Wonderful. If we could breathe in like an oil change place where multiple people come to work on your car, let's let four goddesses come and work on you with alignment and letting them release and remove with your full permission any misalignment, their word, anything that's throwing you off course, including the energy of other people, including collective fear or collective anger or anything collective, and allowing yourself to have an individual experience right now. If you could just tune in and notice your favorite goddesses being among those four goddesses. If we could just breathe into that. And we thank as well the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this moment right now. If we could just breathe in and letting Archangel Raphael and Archangel Gabriel, Raphael in front, Gabriel behind you, if we could very simply let them, in their wording, inject joy into your experience right now. If we could just breathe in and just allowing an infusion of joy, not artificial joy, pure joy to come forward. And if we could see them also curating your experience right now energetically. So if we could just breathe in and notice the big energy field around you, letting the big energy field around you be big, like an inflated balloon. If we could just breathe in and letting them remove from the perimeter of that any agitation, any fear, anything projected toward you. Wonderful. If we could notice Archangel Michael coming forward with good news. So if we could just breathe in. Wonderful. So there's a whole lot of care here. 3 angels, 4 goddesses, and you, and energy and intention, and you've shown up. If we could just breathe in and allow everything to align for your highest possible good. If we could perhaps train our eyes away from what's wrong, what's not working, and allowing our vision, our focus, our feelings to go to an archangel in front of you, an archangel behind you, an archangel bringing good news, an infusion of joy, 4 goddesses helping out. If we could just breathe and focus on that without any good or bad, without any right or wrong, if we could just breathe in. If we could just notice, perhaps in a whisper, perhaps in a gentle tone, perhaps with a coo, if we could notice what is being said to you by all these guides. And perhaps what is being said can be given one word, which is hope. So if we could just breathe in, and right where you are, if we could notice yourself being immersed in hope. And if that has the image or feeling of like being in a swimming pool of hope or a body of water of hope, just notice that immersion in hope. And if we could breathe in and letting that itself be a cleansing and clearing experience. Wonderful. And if we could breathe in And if we could notice for a moment through Archangel Gabriel, who's behind you, the value of, let's say, disappointment, the value of healing, the value of it. If we could just breathe in and just notice that. And if it helps within that, we could perhaps all do this. Let's notice ourselves, our 10 years in the future self, your 2031 self. Let's just breathe in. Let's just notice that version of you. Let's notice that version of you looking back to this time. And none of this is ever done with diminishment, like, oh, silly me. It's very simply just take information of what's it like to be you in a time where the world is shifting and that we are being asked to heal all the things, including core wounds that don't serve us, that limit us, that we are being aligned and trained for leadership, for hold space, to vision, to create. Let's just very simply notice your 10 years in the future self, along with Archangel Gabriel, noticing the value of the things that are happening now, or pointing those things out. This may not be for everyone. That might come through writing, like Gabriel writing down what it is. Wonderful. If we could just breathe in and let's notice those four goddesses helping. And let's notice the four goddesses and the three archangels helping to heal everything, to clear things up, to clean things up, and to allow a clean and clear space for you to be fully immersed in hope. And let's very simply notice what the future you communicates to you right now. Wonderful. And let's very simply release, like taking the leash off of the dog. Let's very simply allow ourselves to welcome the perfect healing in all directions of time. Every moment of this lifetime, past lives, ancestry, future, this moment right now. Very simply, let's welcome the perfect help from the goddesses, from the angels, from your future self. Rearrangement, reorganization, infusion, blessings. Let's just breathe in, let all that happen. Let's let that happen. Let's just say a couple very broad statements, and intentionally broad to cover a lot of ground. If we could say, this may sound weird, if we could just say out loud, I refuse to. And if there's a blank to fill in, like fill in the blank, I refuse to. Let's just let that, whatever that energy is, let's let it move out like a freight train. And let's very simply say out loud, I fully accept, and we'll fill in the blanks there. I fully accept love in my life. I fully accept perfect healing right now. I fully accept my highest possible good. Wonderful. Let's take in a breath. If we could have a sense of the balance that is here, that was spoken about at the beginning. And if we could very simply say out loud, I acknowledge my sadness, anger, and disappointment. I choose to learn from all those things. And I choose not to linger there. I welcome happiness and hope. I release overvaluing stress. I value relaxation and flow. Wonderful. Let's let everyone have a seat, including your future self. Let's let Archangel Michael stand right in front of you, holding your hands. If we could just breathe into this Archangel smiling at you, and if we could notice with the angel that perhaps we work with the most and know best, if we could just very simply notice what he communicates to you right now, which might come through a prayer for you. Let's just breathe in. And let's notice all the windows being washed. Let's notice the problems being solved. Let's notice the birds singing. Let's notice the beauty and grace that is life right now. Like the genie with the three wishes, if we could notice Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and the four goddesses, and your future self holding space. And let's very simply, with I am statements, say out loud, I am perfectly healthy always. I use my free will for the highest good of all. My relationship with the angels, guides, and goddesses is constantly deepening. I release the idea that I'm left behind. I release the idea that I'm out of sync. I release the experience of being overwhelmed. And if we can, with the balance you feel, perhaps speak a little louder. I am right on time. And saying your name, I am Mark Mesidorian. I have tremendous help. Thank you, angels, for helping me in every part of my life. Thank you, guides, goddesses, and masters, for helping me in every part of my life. I allow my life to be wonderfully good. And I choose to feel good every single day. I release concerning myself with what other people do or don't do. I witness the ripples of hope in my life. I make excellent decisions. I choose wisely. I have excellent discernment. I am right on time. And if we could notice anything that you want to say in this space, just anything you want to say, anything you want to affirm. Wonderful. So we'll just breathe in. And let's all say out loud, I ask for all of this or something better in all directions of time. And so it is. So if we can notice the high five or hug with your future self, if we could notice positive change happening right now in the time between this moment and 10 years from now, your positive, healthy life, living on a positive, healthy planet, fires and viruses snuffed out, creativity thriving, understanding, connection, thriving, a new era of global spirituality, thriving and being embraced, and the world growing up, including ourselves. If we could just breathe into all this goodness, and if we could let there be an immediacy into joints, organs, hearts, brains, circumstances, events, accidents, disappointments, life. It's very simple. Let an infusion of all we've done come into this moment right now, into your body, into your vision, into your hearing, into your senses, into your connections, into this day. We're asking us to say a lot today. Let's say a few more. I'm available to my highest possible good. I circulate good in the world. It's safe for me to speak the truth. It's safe for me to thrive. And to Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel, we'll say out loud, thank you. To the four goddesses, we'll say out loud, thank you. To your future self, we'll say out loud, thank you. And to yourself right here and right now, we'll say out loud, good job. And thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Archangels and Ascended Masters, for the perfect grace, perfect clarity, and perfect peace want us to do one more thing. If we could just breathe and come back to this balance. Let's notice we moved a lot and we did things in perhaps different ways or unique ways. If we could just breathe in and notice holding on to only good, just holding on to the good and feeling the balance that is here. If we could indeed say out loud, I'm perfectly balanced right now. And if we could just notice that, your arms, your legs, your hips, your shoulders, your head, your heart, feeling balance and flow, energy flowing, the presence of the angels in your life, everything that we said, the affirmations, the releases, the denials, the intentions, the prayers, all in action right now. So if we could just breathe in, let's say one more thing, which is I am free. And thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Archangels and Ascended Masters, for the perfect guidance, perfect clarity, and perfect peace that's here for each of us right now. We're so grateful for this time of resolute clarity, an embrace of love, and being immersed in hope. We celebrate all the goodness that's here in this moment right now. And in this moment right now, we celebrate life, we celebrate ourselves, and we choose to feel good. We recognize peace, harmony, and joy. We very simply and lovingly thank the angels and guides and goddesses for their wonderful presence, and we ask for this or something better right now in all directions of time. And so it is.